But the first thing I have listed here is Bluetooth and Blueface altercation.
Who's Bluetooth?
His girlfriend.
Her name is Bluetooth?
People are calling her because her tooth is missing.
I'm not familiar with who that is.
Chrisean, the one with the tooth missing that's dating.
I don't know who that is.
Alex, how you been out of the loop? They were together while you were still on social media, like still on Twitter.
You thought I was tapped into what Blueface was doing?
You don't remember Blueface did that whole Bad Girls Club thing, and he got all these girls that
On
were like
OnlyFans?
troubled. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the girl, that was an infamous story. The girl got her teeth knocked out, and she hasn't got it fixed, and she just got it fixed, and now they're dating.
No, never heard that.
And she just went on a double date with DDG and Holly Bailey, and that was like a viral moment. Like everybody was shocked. Like, what's Holly Bailey doing with Chrisean?
No, I did not see that.
You don't even have to be on Twitter to see these things. It's always on Instagram. I'm shocked.
Yeah, but you say it's always on Instagram because that's what you consume.
I know, but I'm just shocked that you're that out of loop. But like,
you know, my explore page is cars, like cars and sports. So if I'm not clicked into what DDG is doing, obviously I'm not going to see what DDG is doing.
I'm not clicking into what he's doing either, but it went viral.
You click
It was
into
on the
that
Shade
type
Room.
of stuff.
But
Yeah, I don't go in the shade room, so it's not even going to pop up in my explore page.
Look, the shade room right here. What? Why'd you swipe back? What are you doing? Why would you do that? What was the point? I don't think it's even on here. See, this her. You never heard of her? Like, look at me, likes this ass. Like, she's pretty known.
I just said before. No, I don't. No, I don't.
I feel like you need to be tapped into these things for the pod purposes.
I don't think so.
Because it kind of takes away from the conversation. This was like a big deal, this altercation. I mean, it could go into a different conversation.
It doesn't matter.
It does kind of matter.
It doesn't. I don't think I need to be well versed in whatever Crayola. What's her name? Chrisean. Whatever Chrisean's doing. I don't need to know about Chrisean to talk about Chrisean.
Yeah, you do, because you need to know about their relationship and how toxic the relationship is and how she really messed up. That's why she was on this Bad Girls Club thing anyway, and like how she had childhood trauma. And I think that's why she's like crazy. She's like, look, you can see here, she got her freaking neck tattooed with his face on it. Like, that's so ugly to me. She has like 4 tattoos of his, and that's what she's showing her. Like, that's something mentally wrong with you at that point. If you're getting if you're getting tattoos of a man's face on your neck, like, I think she has daddy issues. I think she has like some type of obsession with relationships, and so they've been having issues on and off, right? But recently they got in an altercation. Like, they was fist fighting out in the streets, and I just think it's like psychotic. I think she needs help. I think he probably needs help. I think everybody needs help, but I think she definitely needs help. She don't need to be in a relationship. She has like it seems like she has codependency problems, and I also feel like this shed light on a lot of women make jokes when women are the aggressors and beating on men. They say it's funny. People on the internet were saying how, oh, you guys think their relationship's bad? You should see how me and my baby daddy would be at it. So don't you feel like a lot of people, especially in the black community, try to normalize and find comedy behind when women are beating on the man, but not the other way around? It's weird, right? And it's like, for me, it's like nasty. Because it's like there's no way that you think this is funny. Like, any type of physical violence and domestic violence is not funny. And there's absolutely no reason that people should even be fighting in relationships at that point. There's no reason that you need to put your hands on people at all. You would agree. If it gets there, it gets there. If someone puts their hand on you first, fine. But there's absolutely no reason, I feel like, to really have to ever put your hands on somebody. Unless they like killed you, something crazy. Like they killed somebody that you love, or they just disrespected you so much and like they hit you first. I think everything can be solved with calm conversation. It get a little heated if it has to get to that point. But it's really, for me, yelling and hitting and any of those things are avoidable. So I think the fact that it's like people are making jokes about it online, about her hitting him, is crazy, right? But let it be the other way around if he was a primary aggressor. And then women like accountability, right? They're like, she needs to leave him. He's a narcissist. It's always like a man's fault, but no one sees that she's like mentally ill. Like, she clearly needs help. Like, why is there never any accountability? Like, how do you still try to shift blame when clearly this girl is been messed up before she even met him, you know? But why do you think people do that? Why do you think when women are the aggressors,
I think
girls think it's funny?
I think women are bored. Like, you know what? There's a lot, right? And you know what? I've definitely, I don't give a fuck if I get canceled. Like, I even curse more on the podcast. I really don't give a fuck anymore. There's 2 things. First of all, I think black people are the problem, and I also think that women are the problem. Yeah. Like, women are entertained by shit like that. Like, even even when I make jokes about the type of shows that you watch, it's jokes, but it's not really jokes. I'm actually being dead serious. Like that
What
whole,
shows?
just
Like Love
just
Island?
shows in general. Yeah, like the whole reality TV show, like the Bad Girls Club shit. Like all of that is not like it doesn't make sense. So like if you're
But you know I'm
watching,
able to separate myself from it. Like some people can't. I'm able to.
but even still, like I mean, you could argue about anything what people find entertaining,
For me, it's just entertainment because you know it's not real. Like you know it's fake.
but but still, like I don't know if that's the form of entertainment. Like you can judge people being entertained by somebody dribbling a basketball up and down the court, but that is less harmful than people swinging on each other, fighting all over.
But what shows do I watch like that? I don't watch.
Okay,
I watched Bad Girls Club when I was in high school.
Okay, take yourself out of it then.
Yeah, only thing I watch is really Love Island,
Okay.
and that's because me and Alex like that's our show, and like so I commit to watching it.
Okay.
You know, for her and like for me too, but like you know just for us to have that like our show to watch. Other than that, I don't really watch any other.
That's fine.
reality show.
You can take yourself out of what I'm saying then.
And the reality shows I do watch, like I watch like the challenge now. That's like they're doing challenges. It's not really like nobody's fighting. It's just them doing physical challenges and math. Like it's like Jeopardy almost. But yeah, I'm taking myself out of it. I don't do that no more. I don't watch none of that stupid Bad Girls Club anymore. Like it was entertaining as a kid, and when I was in, when I was middle school and in high school, it was just funny. But as an adult, I don't watch any of that. I don't watch Real Housewives. I don't watch any of that. But yeah, I'm taking myself out of it. But you just I know what you're saying. Women in general will be bored, and that's a part of their boredom is watching those shows. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, take me out of the page.
And that's what y'all are entertained by, so that's why. Like you're entertained. You like the people like what's considered drama and mess and all that other dumb shit. So that's what people are entertained by. So when they see stuff like this, they get a kick out of it because that's just what I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, if I want to get deeper, I'm sure that's what they've seen in their home, so they find all that shit to be entertaining.
Their parents, their siblings, like this physical violence.
They grew up in broken homes type shit, or even if it was not a broken home, it just parents just arguing all the time. Like, so that's normal. That's what they've seen. So that shit ain't normal to me. I ain't grow up that way, so you know, I grew up in a pretty peaceful household, so I'm not entertained by those things. But I think women, even if they don't grow up in households like that, I don't know, something about women just enjoy the bickering and cattiness and all that other stuff, and toxic is fun, it's exciting. They want
if it's not toxic, I don't want it.
They want somebody from the hood that killed 12 people, and like, you know, that's just
it sound good until you
it's just the weird, like women want to be excited about something, and sometimes there's no excitement in peace.
Yeah, like I don't get it, right? Like why don't people like peace?
Because it's not fun. Well, peace. Well, that's actually the common misconception.
No, peace is fun.
Peace is great.
Like you know how relaxing it is to have a peaceful life and relationship, no friend drama, no relationship drama. Like I'm good. I mean, I have a little family drama right now, but other than that,
if you want things that are over the top, then obviously, yeah, peace probably isn't gonna be for you.
But I feel like we've had friends like that too, right? It's like they just like the toxicness. They want to have a reason to fight,
a reason to talk about something, to feel important.
Yeah.
Like people act as if people are like turned on by the idea of tabloids or somebody reporting about them. Like they almost like, and this is part of a larger conversation, but I feel like people try to emulate the things that are reported in tabloids, but about themselves. So if they see Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson broke up, they want to feel that same level of importance when they break up with whoever they broke up with, or like if Blueface and whoever this other girl, what is it, Chrisean, like the rapper,
Chrisean, something.
They want to feel that same level of importance, like
yeah, they announce it.
You know,
online.
when people jump in, like, oh, me and my, like, nobody cares, right?
Or just like how they announce their single.
And then the other part,
it's like nobody asks.
I was going to talk about the black people aspect of it. And it's not like the white people don't have their Real Housewives or whatever.
Yeah, and they be messy too in their community.
Yeah, they for sure. They're probably nastier.
Yeah, because they do that catty.
They do
that hit it where it hurts type of stuff. Like they be real. We're more violent, but they do like the. I mean, they kind of violent too, though.
Because I'm a part of the black community, so I have to pick on us and try to make us be better. And I'm not one of those people that's gonna just say because we're black we're all one and unified. Because clearly that ain't the case if we're fighting each other in the streets.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be overly critical about the community I'm a part of. So if you don't like it, then oh well. But that part, right? We like more of that stuff than other cultures. I feel like I think we like more of the, because look at the Shade Room success. Like that's the thing for a reason. Like
20-something million followers.
Tea pages and shade pages and gossip things.
And that started from Black people. Like, you know, I follow on my burner account like TikTok Room, but you see even the name TikTok Room started because the Shade Room. And I think, you know, I came to find out it was a Black girl that was behind the page. She got like 2 million followers on that. I mean, the page got reported and taken down, but she started over and still able to get a lot. But I'm like, why is a Black woman behind this? Like, why are we so messy? Like, why do we like mess? But the biggest consumers a lot of times is on those TikTok Room, at least, is white.
I think you're just bored. Like even the probably the largest consumers of shows like Maury and all that other stuff is probably Black people.
But why do you think we like? Why do you think we like toxic? Do you think it's because like it's funny because there's a running joke, there's a TikTok trend where they're showing what Black people do and how it's rooted in slavery. So now people are kind of like clowning. You know, Black people always got clown stuff. So they're like, you know, on Twitter they were like, Black people clap when they laugh, and they're like, here comes somebody talking about the slaves, like, you know, like. But I really do think there's some type of deep rooted issue in our community that is probably linked to slavery. But it's like you could say that, but then you look at like other Black people, even though Black people around the world are all inspired by us anyway. So maybe that's not the case. But it's like, why do you think they like mess too? But that's the thing. Maybe that's just them being inspired by our community.
Yeah, I agree.
So maybe there's something in the Black American community that we're the ones who started this whole messy thing. But it's like, where's that rooted in? Because I feel like we used to be unified during the Civil Rights Movement. But maybe they had their own mess back then too. Like, and we just wasn't privy because we'd see the highlights of those events and not like everything. We don't know everything.
Yeah, I think it's just, like I said, like what people have seen in their own households. Yeah. And just the overall influencer kind of culture. I think the combination of those two things, because when Kendrick dropped the We Cry Together song.
Yeah, everybody loved that song.
People in the comments were like, this sounds like my mom and dad. This sounds like my mom and dad. This sounds like my childhood. This was me growing up, blah, blah, blah. So I think people who grew up with a lot of that type of stuff, so that's what they're either traumatized by or they're entertained by. And based on what I see with people liking shade and, oh, this person cheated on this person and all that other stuff, it seems to me more that it seems like people are more entertained by those things than traumatized by it necessarily. Because if you're traumatized, I feel like you would want to distance yourself from that kind of behavior and things.
That's why
like
I
that.
distance myself. I'm like that. I be listening to people fighting, or like even that song, I'll be like, my heart starts racing. I'm like, this is traumatizing to me. Like, I grew up in like a toxic household with a lot of arguing and stuff, so I don't want to hear that. I just try to stay away from it. Yeah. At least relationship wise. Like when there's two women fighting, it's like, okay, whatever. That doesn't affect me. But when there's a male and female fighting, I get traumatized.
Yeah. So why do people like it? Probably, if I had to guess, I would think it's probably a deeper psychological thought with women that they either. I would say that women perceive themselves to be lesser than men.
Like strength-wise?
Subconsciously, even if they feel like they're better than men, which women usually feel like they are. Mm-hmm. I think subconsciously they don't feel that way, so that's why they celebrate when a woman is doing something to a man, because to them, even though they might not outwardly express they feel this way, in their mind they know that the man is the superior person in that context, right? So like if you take Blueface specifically, the reason why she has a name, has any relevance whatsoever, is because of him. Yeah. So clearly his level of success in entertainment and music has amassed him millions of dollars and, you know, houses and whatever. They could all be rented, I don't know. But based on what we're seeing visually, he put her on his show. He gave her a platform, whatever, gave her a name. She has all this social media attention. Yeah, of course.
It was so bad. Like, it's so bad.
So he's responsible for her financially. And has basically handed her money, put money in her pocket, right? And also, in addition, Blueface was a really good quarterback in high school. Like, not that means anything, but he was an athlete.
I mean, she was athletic too, though.
But he's a man. Like, yeah, he's a male athlete. He's always going to be a little bit different than a female athlete.
I think she was a track star.
So in my opinion,
See.
I think that women
She
subconsciously
was actually, like, pretty famous too in like Baltimore. She was like relevant, but she messed it up for herself. Yeah, that's her on the right.
I think subconsciously women know that he's responsible for her money and also physically could dominate her because men typically have the ability to do that more than women. So when they see a woman swinging on them, it almost feels like, oh, we're able to, beat up on the more superior person. It makes them feel like they're more superior, even though that's not the case. So I think that's it. And also, again, like childhood things, like if they saw their mom swinging on their dad or whoever.
And they just think it's normal because they feel like you said, the woman can't hurt him.
Yeah, for what, like, as if
so
that makes
weird.
sense.
But I think we said this before with the whole Johnny Depp trial. Like, let that be your son getting beat on
the internet.
On the internet, like.
Then it's not so funny.
Yeah.
So, it's
like, I just don't get the whole, like, I don't get it. And then people glorifying it like, oh, me and my baby daddy is worse than this. Like, okay, like, that's a flex to you? That's funny? Like, that's not funny. Like, you guys all need help, for real.
But that's why.
And then you're going to keep inflicting that generational trauma, letting your kids think that's normal. Like, it's just, let it stop now. Like, people need to just develop and beyond what the norm is.
And I'm not going to consume that. So
yeah, so I can't blame you for
if I'm not privy to what Blueface and Crayola is doing, then that's just what it is. Like, I'm not, like, why would I want to seek that out and go and go learn more about that situation? I don't care. Like, and the people that are in the comments justifying and glorifying those sorts of things is not even an audience that I want to talk to. So I don't even want to attract that attention. I don't even want to reply to nobody. Like, it's talking to a bunch of, like, idiots. Yeah. Like, it's a waste of my time.
Like, either they're not going to try to even understand
they're not going to.
Or they just care so much about the clicks and the likes that or trying to sound quirky that they're just going to try to be funny back to you.
Because people want to be relatable. Like, people will bust a nut over getting, like, 6,000 likes on an Instagram
like,
comment. Like, my life is just not like that. So I didn't. I'll brag and talk my shit all I want. I didn't grow up in a bad household.
Nope.
I have amazing parents, and I saw like I just had a great childhood. I had never had none of those issues. So I'm not gonna sit here and glorify women hitting men or men hitting women or toxic relationships or arguing or any of those types of things. Like, part of that's almost like the stupid shit when they used to do in school. Like, they used to clown you for being a nerd or clown you for knowing something. Like, it's like that kind of stupid dumb shit in our community that I hate. Like, I can't stand that.
I literally hate it so bad.
And that's all the people that never amounted to shit that are in the comments still, like,
just chilling at home, still in their hometowns, almost 30s, never ventured out of their hometown, still just chilling there. Like, that's not the people I want myself.
That's why I deleted my Facebook like 10 years ago, because I'm like, I already saw where it was going.
No, anytime I go on Facebook, I'm like, you guys still live in Stewartsville? Like,
with your parents, y'all like 30 years old. 30 years old.
It's embarrassing.
Like, and that's the type of people that consume this content. So I don't even want to.
Because that's what they waste their time. That's why they don't amount to nothing. Because they have no focus outside of that. That's their life.
And we talking about it for views, obviously.
Yeah, but we spend an hour and 2 hours a week doing this.
Yeah.
Like, other than that, for the most time.
And that's for money. At least I could get paid off the podcast versus a comment that I'm putting on Instagram. That's not going to matter. Nobody's following you off your comment either.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's where I'm at. Don't play that shit. Oh, this shit hard.
Wait, this is bad.
Oh, yeah. Talking over it so we don't get copywritten. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Look at her missing tooth. And she didn't get it fixed until recently.
I'm not gonna lie, if she had better tone, it would be kind of hard. Keep playing it? You're not gonna keep playing it?
No.
Why?
Dude, this is bad.
Nah, her tone is bad.
Her voice is just not. She don't got a rapping voice.
Cause I like the screamo type, like emo.
She sounds like nasally.
Hey. It's a vibe. Hey.
Babe, she looks like something's wrong with her, I think. Like, look at the freaking tooth.
Hey.
Like, I can't tell if she's really trying to do this for clout or something's actually wrong. But I think the tattoo in your neck is like, this is beyond clout. Like, she's damaged.
That's a little crazy.
And she talks about her childhood trauma stuff. Like,
listen, if she keeps working on it, that sounds like Jaleel. Like, that sounds like some like Juice WRLD. I like.
You can tell she's probably inspired by like that. Trippy Red.
Yeah, exactly. Big 14. Yeah.
She needs help.
Yeah. What else we got?
And the LAPD's involved. Messy.
LAPD's involved.